Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Uh, Namaskar viewers, welcome back to my YouTube channel Spiritual Talks. मैं त्रिभुवन आप सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं। सभी मेरे सोशल मीडिया से जुड़े हुए लोगों का भी हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं। आज के इस टॉक शो का जो दिन है वो बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण और दिन है। ये जो स्पिरिचुअल टॉक्स आज मैं शुरू कर रहा हूं, जैसा कि हम सब जानते हैं, माता रानी के दिव्य आशीर्वाद से भरे हिंदू नववर्ष की आपको हृदय से हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। और नववर्ष के प्रथम दिन और जहां हम चैत्र नवरात्र के पावन पर्व पर जो है नवरात्रा का भी शुभारंभ करते हैं, तो उसका पहला दिन भी है। उसकी हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं सबको। Welcome Karthik on today's talk show, and it's again my pleasure to
Namaskar, everybody.
it's my pleasure to host you in my spiritual talk show. Viewers, today we will be discussing on another interesting topic: problem-free life. Is it a blessing or curse? We all deal with the problems every day. Who is in the world really want to have problem in their life? We don't run away from the problems, neither we if we want, then also we can't. We accept them as a constant, like the air we breathe every day. Similarly, the problem will comes to you every day. At time it seems as if we living a problem free life because we have put on new set of mental sunglasses. It's not about avoiding problem. Today's session is that how to deal with the problems, and that has never been our goal, that to avoid the problem. It's about learning and handling problems, obstacles and challenges in our life. So in our today's talk, let's hear from my all-weather friend Karthik on his perspective towards the topic based on his learning and understanding from the spiritual gurus. Over to you, Karthik.
Thank you, Tribhuvan. Okay, today's topic is basically problem-free life. Okay, before I share my perspective on this subject, I want to tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
If I say I have a mantra, if you chant that mantra 108 times, you will never have any problem for rest of your life. Who
Mm-hmm.
will be interested in that? I'm sure all of you will be.
Correct.
Now let me ask you another question. After that, what will you do in life? What motivation will you have towards another tomorrow of your life?
Mm.
Let me put forward two situations in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
In situation one, you go to a jungle along with your friends, and for some reason, you get completely moved away from your friends. You are all alone, and you have a tiger in front of you,
Mm.
and you don't have any resource to protect yourselves. No gun, nothing.
Mm.
Is it a problem? If so, problem for whom? Problem for you? Problem for tiger? For whom it is?
Mm.
Let me give you another situation.
Mm.
You have tiger in front of you.
Mm.
This time, in one hand you have a gun, in
Mm.
another hand you have a hunting knife, and you are fully trained on how to use the gun as well as the hunting knife. Now tell me, is it a problem for you and or a problem for the tiger?
Mm.
In situation one, you are resourceless. You don't have any resource, and therefore it is a problem for you. In
Mm.
situation two, you have all the resource in front of you, and therefore you are equipped to handle the situation. Now tell me, which situation is a problem for whom?
Mm. Karthik,
Anybody in situation one? Yeah, Tribhuvan?
In between some audio flip happened, but anyway, now it is okay. I'm not sure if it is from your side or my side, but some problem. But now it is okay. You carry on, please.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
So anybody in situation one will consider that as a problem for you,
Hmm.
and anybody in situation two will consider it as a problem for the tiger.
Absolutely.
So what is the message? The message is when we face any situation in life
Hmm.
where we are in the state of resourcelessness, it is a problem. When the same situation is faced with resourcefulness, it is no more a problem.
Correct.
We
Absolutely.
frequently we frequently use words like problem, issues, challenges. Okay,
Hmm.
let's with this understanding, okay, whatever we got in last few minutes, let's relook at these words and understand what they are all about.
Hmm.
We expect something to happen in life in a particular manner,
Hmm.
and what happens is totally different from what we expect.
Hmm.
And like the way we spoke in one of the earlier sessions,
Hmm.
there can be only four ways. Either you get what you expect, you get less than what you expect, you
Hmm.
get more than what you expect, or you get opposite of what you expect.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
if it is what you expect or more than what you expect, okay, you'll be happy to face a situation. You will no more call, you will not bother to call it as a problem or challenge. But what happens when you get less than what you expect or opposite of what you expect?
Hmm.
It actually shakes our intelligentsia,
Hmm.
and we glorify this by calling it as a problem or challenge.
Correct.
Each one of us ask ourselves, how many situations in life have we ever been put where we have faced a situation and we are absolutely resourceless?
Hmm.
Even if I was in a situation of resourcelessness, I knew somebody, okay, who had the resource, maybe a friend, maybe a relative, okay, or maybe any external resource whom I can pay and I can get the resource to handle. So in this situation, in any of the situations, is it really a problem?
Hmm. Correct. In between, again, I lost. I don't know. That is for me, it is a challenge or somebody else. But anyway, uh, uh, that's the actually the key. Basically, we have to take this way. And now we understand the new perspective of whether a situation is a problem or not depend on how we face the situation. Can we seek understanding on what are the causes for the problem in one's life?
Definitely, Tribhuvan.
Yeah.
From the cost perspective, there are two categories of problem.
Mm-hmm.
One is called as the God-made problem. Other one is called as the self-acquired problem.
Mm,
Let's understand each one of them.
mm,
The first category, which we call as a God-made problem, okay, they are something on which I don't have any control.
mm,
Okay.
mm,
For example, if we have somebody who is born with a physical challenge,
mm,
like born with asthma,
mm,
okay, born with a hearing disability, okay,
mm,
born with only one hand or leg, okay,
mm,
that is a natural disaster.
mm,
Or if somebody is born in a poor family,
mm,
okay, there
mm,
is nothing that the person can do. There is no control on the person on where which atmosphere the person is born. Or somebody is born with a single parent, or somebody was born with no parents. Okay, all these are situations where the person, there was no control which a person could have executed. Okay, those all can be called as a God-made problem.
mm,
There is a second category of problem which is called as a self-acquired problem.
mm, mm.
It can be a physical issue,
Correct.
it can be a financial issue, it can be
Correct.
a relationship issue.
Correct.
As we spoke in our last session of karma management,
Mm,
okay,
mm,
what food I ate yesterday is a cost of how my body is today. Similarly, whatever food habits or life cycle habits I had all these days are responsible for whatever my health is today.
correct.
what my health is today is not something which is God made. It is
Correct.
something which I have made. Okay, good or bad. If it is good, it is because of the good food habits or lifestyle habits I have been practicing all these days. If it is bad, it is because of the bad food habits which I have been practicing all these days. But this is not God made, it is self acquired. When I know what sort of a financial needs I have, okay, in life, I need to have planned the finance accordingly. If I have
Hmm.
not planned it, okay,
Hmm.
whatever financial condition I am today, it depends on how I manage the money till date.
Hmm.
That is not God made, that is man made, which is
Hmm.
self acquired.
Hmm.
What is the health of the relationship I share with my family?
Hmm.
What is the health of my relationship which I have shared with my friends?
Hmm.
What sort of a health, what sort of a relationship I have in professional life? All these depends on how I manage the relationship. If it is good, if it is bad, depends on how I managed it. Yet
Correct.
another self-acquired problem. Okay.
Okay. In between, in last, I don't know how it is happening. Your last conversation, always when you are ending up, it's no
Mhm.
voice is coming. But anyway, uh,
Mhm.
it was at the last moment. But anyway, I just want to add my 2 cents on this. What you given the two category of the problems which we faces in our life. I just want to add 2 cents on this prospect. So basically, what I feel, Karthik, that there are around 4 or 5 things which determine this entire situation of your problem, what comes in, how you deal with. First of all, the perspective. One of the first secret to the problem free life is adopting a new perspective. Problem do not need to be eliminated from your life, only from your mind. The problem is on your mind, right? How to deal with that.
Mhm.
That is the first, how to give the prospect of it. Second is your attitude. That matters. How you take that and how you handle that. So what kind of attitude you carry, that is also the important part. Second, it using your brain for a change. The problem is what we have the experience from our past, we never ready for the situation coming up in front of us. We don't want to change our that thought. So that is the third thing which I feel. And the fourth thing, letting go of the old. We know that everybody has a past baggage of the past memories, right? Now the situation is, if you carry those experiences and you never trying to forgive the situation what happened with your past, then it is not the right situation for you to deal with the problem. And the last is dealing with the new, that I discuss in the getting your brain for that situations, whatever is coming to your way, how to deal with that new situation. So that is the key, what I just want to add here. Now going to the next question, Karthik, related to this. We have understood the cause and problem. How do we go about facing the problem?
थैंक यू त्रिभुवन. इस प्रॉब्लम को एड्रेस करने की भी तेरे बहुत सारे तरीके हैं. ओके,
Hmm.
सो लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड वन बाय वन. ओके, so let's first understand. Okay, all of us, हम सबके पास एक सर्कल ऑफ इन्फ्लुएंस है और एक सर्कल ऑफ कंसर्न है.
Hmm.
Circle of influence is something on which I have a control and I can do something about it.
Hmm.
Okay, for
Hmm.
example, issue pertaining to my health, issue pertaining to my family, personal finance. Okay, ये
Hmm.
सब चीजें, these all fall under circle of influence. Circle of concern वो चीज है जिसमें I don't have any control and I can do nothing about it. Okay,
Hmm.
for example, Russia-Ukraine crisis. I can feel the pain which people are going through, but I can't do anything about it.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
global economic condition. अभी
Hmm.
global economic condition जो भी है, okay, when global economic condition, I will be impacted by the global economic condition. The way everybody is impacted, but I can't do anything about it.
Hmm.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so those all are circle of concern.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
so we need to actually think on where our my mind is focused on.
Hmm.
अगर मेरा माइंड बहुत ज्यादा सर्कल ऑफ कंसर्न के ऊपर फोकस्ड है,
Hmm.
तो क्या होगा? सर्कल ऑफ कंसर्न कीप्स एक्सपैंडिंग and
Hmm.
circle of influence keeps shrinking.
Hmm.
And this circle of influence, when it keeps shrinking, okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
it makes me feel that I'm more and more resourceless. I am
Hmm.
more and more helpless by the circumstance.
Hmm.
On the other hand,
Hmm.
अगर मैं सर्कल ऑफ इन्फ्लुएंस पे फोकस करूं,
हाँ.
so my circle of influence keeps expanding.
Hmm.
And as my circle of influence keeps expanding, my circle of concern keeps shrinking.
Hmm.
I feel I'm more and more resourceful.
Hmm.
When I feel more and more resourceful, okay, लाइफ आगे जाके क्या कंस्पायर करता है कि
Hmm.
जो भी सर्कल ऑफ कंसर्न में है आज, वो धीरे धीरे सर्कल ऑफ इन्फ्लुएंस में आने लग जाता है। ओके,
Correct.
और जैसे जैसे वो सर्कल ऑफ इन्फ्लुएंस में आने लग जाता है, तो आई फील मोर एंड मोर रिसोर्सफुल, आई फील आई कैन कंट्रीब्यूट मोर टू द सर्कमस्टांस एंड मेक द सर्कमस्टांस वर्क इन द वे इट वर्क्स फॉर मी एज वेल एज फॉर अदर्स।
Absolutely.
तो हम सबको अपने आप से यही प्रश्न पूछना है कि where is my focused on? Is it focused on circle of influence or is it focused on circle of concern?
Hmm.
If it is for circle of influence, let me work on it and do what I can do to bring the change. If it is circle of concern, let me accept it and move on. For example, COVID-19 as a global problem was a circle of concern. Okay, for me as an individual,
Hmm.
and I don't have a solution for COVID-19, but what is in my control is I can get vaccinated. I can figure out what I can do to avoid me from getting in contact with the world outside from where I can acquire the infection.
Hmm.
And I can focus my energy on it, even that which is not in my circle of influence. I still see what all within that situation can be in circle of influence, and I can work on it.
Hmm.
And I can feel more resourceful with that. So the point number one is, in any situation, ask yourself, is it within circle of influence or circle of concern? If it is circle of influence, focus your energy on it and bring an improvement to the situation. If
Hmm.
it is circle of influence, accept and move on. Okay. So this is the first approach which we all need to understand. Okay.
Hmm.
Second thing, second thing, let's understand about the God-made problem. Why do we have them in life?
Hmm.
Let me explain a small story. एक गांव था,
Sure.
उस
Hmm.
गांव में एक किसान था, ओके,
हाँ.
एंड उसको जो है बहुत ज्यादा फेथ था, ओके,
Okay.
एंड वन डे ही वाज कल्टीवेटिंग कॉर्न, सीजन केम, द क्लाइमेट वाज हाईली अनफेवरेबल and
Hmm.
it impacted the crops badly. So he immediately went down,
Hmm.
started praying to God and said, God, give me the power to manage the climatic condition for my crops. And God being God said, "Okay, granted."
Okay.
What he did, he brought enough rains that was needed for the crops.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
enough sunlight that was needed for the crops. Okay, crops grew very well.
Hmm.
Okay, the cultivation became fantastic. Okay,
Hmm.
and the cobs also came out well.
Hmm.
He broke open the cobs; they were empty.
Hmm.
He
Okay.
became upset with God once again,
हाँ.
and he went to God and said, "God, why did you do this?"
हाँ.
God said, I have not done anything. I gave the complete powers to you.
Hmm.
And because I gave the complete powers to you, what you did was you brought only the favorable environment to the crops.
Hmm.
You never allowed me to participate in that.
Hmm.
Otherwise, I would have brought a bit of unfavorable climatic condition to the crop, which would have forced the crops to challenge itself.
हाँ.
And by facing the challenge, the core of the crops would have got stronger, and that would have given a wonderful yield which you wanted.
Hmm.
But what you did, you never allowed me to participate, and therefore you never taught the crops to face problem or challenge.
Hmm.
So that is the case with our human life as well. All the God-made problems in life are there to chisel our life and to bring the best out of us.
Hmm.
Now, in this situation, do you really consider problems to be an unwanted entity in life? I personally will never consider problem as an unwanted entity in life.
Yes, absolutely. That's what uh, was the starting point.
So let's talk about the self-acquired problems.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Regarding self-acquired problems, let me tell another story to you. There was a man who had lot of problems in life, and he
Hmm.
was completely fed up with all the problems.
Hmm.
And he heard,
Hmm.
there is one Guruji who
Hmm.
has come to visit a village in Rajasthan. So this man goes all the way to meet that Guruji.
Okay.
Okay, it is evening time, and Guruji, okay, a very kind-hearted person, told this man, okay, do one thing. There is a satsang which is scheduled next morning in the neighborhood village.
Ah.
So I'll be going to the neighborhood village the next day. Okay.
Ah.
So you come along with me to that village. Okay. I will pick your case and I will give you the solution.
Okay.
This man is highly excited, and this man goes to Guruji and say that what Guru Dakshina should I give you for this?
Hmm.
The Guruji says that you don't need to do anything. Okay, but since you have asked me to do a seva to me, so what do is, okay, I have nearly 100 camels in the backyard.
Okay.
Okay,
Ah.
so all my team will be traveling in the camel, okay, from this village to the next village. So
Hmm.
what you do is, okay, you put them off to sleep tonight. The
Okay.
man gets highly excited, okay,
Hmm.
because he knew that his problem is gonna be answered. So
Hmm.
he goes there and he starts working on the camel. So all through the night, what he experienced was some camels went off to sleep on their own.
Ah.
For some camels, he had to put efforts and then they went to sleep.
Ah.
For some, in spite of putting all the effort, never went to sleep.
Ah.
And after some time, when he left the camel on their own, some went off to sleep, and a few of them never slept at all through the night.
Ah.
So next morning, okay,
Ah.
this man, okay, goes to the satsang, and Guruji, being Guruji, a man of promise, okay,
Hmm.
asks him, can you explain what was the experience which he had the previous night? And this man tells the entire story of how things went by. Okay,
Okay.
so Guruji said, whatever you told me is the very answer that you are seeking.
Hmm.
Some problems in life will get solved by itself.
Hmm.
There are some problems which will get solved the moment you put some effort on it.
Hmm.
There are some problems for which you need to put some effort and wait. It will get solved.
Hmm.
Some problems in life will never get solved no matter what effort you put.
Hmm.
So each of these category of problems have a purpose in life, and how you face each one of them will determine how peaceful your life is and how you grow out of it.
Absolutely.
And in this very spiritual talk, I wanted to share this very realization, okay, to all of you, to see how we relook at the situation, how we understand our problem. Okay.
Absolutely.
So we earlier understood problem is a situation which is different from what we expect, and okay, and that squeezes our intelligentsia to come up with a countermeasure to address the same, and that creates a path for our success, and the one who addresses it gets compensated by life.
Correct.
Success, okay, has many definitions given by many people. Okay, from this perspective, you look at it. What is success? Success can be defined as how one is able to come with a solution for problems, whether it's problem for self or problem for others.
Correct.
For example, we all were globally impacted by COVID-19.
Hmm.
Some organizations had put enormous effort and
Hmm.
come up. with vaccines to address the same.
Correct.
The organization that has come up with a solution for the society, what has the society done? Society has compensated them with enormous monetary basis, non-monetary basis, and they all have got compensated, and they all are able to see what what they had invested to come up with a solution. Compared to that, they have got much more from the society in the form of a reward, or whatever you want to call it, as or a compensation towards the solution which they have provided.
Hmm.
For that, one needs to develop the attitude to see how every problem can be treated as an opportunity. How
Absolutely.
can I put my intelligent effort and use that as a means to author my success? So
Correct.
next time when you face a problem, feel grateful. Feel grateful that God has created a situation in front of you so that you can stand above the circumstance and show that you can provide a solution for it, and let that solution which you provide to the situation open the doors of success and recognition which you get from the world.
Correct. So again, that last, I missed the last, but anyway, it's again, I think some audio problem today we are facing. I don't know that is from your mic or that we will fix next time. So I think I'm just remembering one quote from RVM author. Uh, it says, "A problem-free life does not exist. If your life has no problem, you are not truly alive." And that's a big problem in anyone's life. So, wonderful approach. We understand every problem is a problem only when we see them as a problem. We can either approach them as if we are resourceless and become victimized by life, or we can approach it uh, resourcefully and see that as an opportunity hidden within it, so that we can encash it and create success out of it. So ultimately we can need to say problem free life is not possible. However, we can still have a blessed and peaceful life in spite of the problems. Having said that, with this note, thank you so much, Karthik, joining me today, and thanks all viewers of my YouTube channel, uh, Spiritual Talk, and the people those who join me in the Facebook Live. Thank you so much. Take care, and we will have the another session next time. We will announce the topic and everything. And until then, you take care and goodbye. Namaskar.
Thank you all.